Hi everyone, welcome to another 1 or 2 day vlog. It is Wednesday morning, it's about 9 o'clock. I've just put me foundation on, so if my face looks a bit weird, that's probably why. Because I want to talk to you about some makeup that I've been using from that Revolution Beauty Advent calendar that I opened last week or the week before. I wanted to show you some of the makeup that I quite like and some of the bits that I'm not keen on. But first I wanted to have a little chat. We haven't really done much over the weekend, and that was because Warren wasn't feeling very well. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that Warren has Mantle Cell Lymphoma that he was diagnosed with in July 2024, so last year. He did 6 months of chemotherapy, and in January the consultant said he was in remission, and that was obviously January this year. So it's been a year since he had his last chemo, and he's been in remission since January. But he has had a couple of blips along the way. Mantle cell lymphoma, if you don't know, is a cancer, but it is something that isn't curable, but it is treatable. And as he also has the TP53 gene mutation, it means that any remission that he goes into isn't likely to last as long as if he didn't have the TP53 mutation, which is a bit worrying. So in January, when we saw the consultant, he said, yes, you're in complete remission. The chemo, has done what we hoped it would. But as it is not curable, it is going to come back. We just don't know when it's going to come back. So it's a little bit hard to live with that, because every single thing he gets, it's automatic that you think, is this it? Is it the lymphoma back? Has he relapsed? It's really hard to live with. So he had some issues in May of this year. He got pneumonia, and he was in hospital for a while, and then he was fine. And then he had a couple of other issues came up. I won't go into the issues in detail. He had a couple of issues that he thought, that's it, it's a relapse. And we saw the consultant for his 6-month review in June, and the consultant said it was all fine. That was nothing to do with the lymphoma, what he had. And he assured us that every single thing he gets isn't going to be the lymphoma come back. And he did say that he spends most of his time when he's talking to patients assuring them that it's not the lymphoma coming back. But like I said, it is so hard. You kind of get a little bit complacent. You're kind of going along and everything's smooth, and then you hit a little bump where he doesn't feel very well, or he's got something that he thinks doesn't feel right, and you feel like, oh, I shouldn't get complacent, I shouldn't relax, we've got to be aware. But then how do you live your life? I mean, obviously it's worse for him because he's got it, but it is quite tough on the people who love him, who care for him, who are around him. It is difficult. But you can't live your life thinking, what's going to happen tomorrow. You just got to kind of live. You've got to live in the moment, really. And he's been fine, apart from he does get tired. He's a self-employed painter and decorator, and he obviously had to stop working for quite a while. He has gone back to work slowly because he is self-employed. It's kind of if and when, jobs come in. And most of the work he's been doing in the last 3 or 4 months have been for people that he has done work for before for a long time, and they know him, and they know the situation, and if he needs to take a day off, then they're fine with it. He says, the job may take us longer than it did before, and they're fine with it. So that's all good. And he probably works maybe 1 or 2 weeks of every month, and that keeps everything ticking over. So that's fine. We just get tired. He has naps usually every day. But it's hard again to know what is down to the chemo or down to, because he is on a maintenance drug called rituximab, which is a chemo drug. It's hard to know what's down to that and what is down to naturally getting older, because he's 60. It's difficult to know. He has had what he calls chemo brain fog, you see, brain fog, and that probably will just stay there. But again, is that down to the chemo or is that down to age? Because he'll say things and he'll say the wrong word. He'll like be talking to us and he'll say yogurt instead of something that's completely, that's not relevant. And I'm like, what? And he's very forgetful. He forgets things. But then so am I. I mean, I said to him the other day when he was doing some toast, I said, put a slice of paper in the toaster. So you just don't know, do you? You don't know what's down to getting older or down to that. So it's very hard to live with. So on Friday, he developed something else that was a little bit worrying. Went to his GP. They weren't sure what it was. They weren't sure what it was. But luckily, he had his second 6-month checkup with the consultant Monday just gone. So it was good that we didn't have to wait to be able to see him. So when we went on Monday, Warren explained the situation to him, and Dr. Marshall said it is highly unlikely that is a symptom of the recurrence of the lymphoma. So that's really good. That really reassured her. But it has been a bit of a strain over the weekend, not really knowing, but it's put our mind at rest and we feel a lot better about it. So that did put our mind at rest. It was like, it just feels like a weight off your shoulders. And again, the consultant reiterated, not everything is going to be the lymphoma coming back. So, Warren even said, well, how will I know if it's coming back? He says, well, we do know it will come back, which again is hard to live with. That is hard to live with. There is more treatments, obviously, when he does relapse, hopefully not for a while. But the consultant said, it'll probably manifest in the same way it did originally, with lumps and bumps, because Warren originally had a lump on his neck, and then he developed a lump under his armpit, and it went from there. So, yeah. So it was it's been a bit of a hectic or a bit of worrying few days, but everything's good. We can try and get back to what our normal has now become, which is kind of, it feels like it goes like that, up and down. But yeah, that's what it is. So apart from that, we haven't really done very much. The weather has definitely turned now. There is snow lying on the ground outside. I couldn't believe it. It did say the weather forecast was going to be sleet, but then it kind of came down as snow, and it is lying. I don't like the snow. It's nice when you're in the house, but when I've just, started to go on longer walks, I don't want snow on the ground. So I'll have to get on my bike my indoor bike until the snow goes away and I can get back out for a walk. So I am going to show you the makeup that I got from the Revolution calendar, which I have been using for a few days now, and I'm enjoying most of it. And I thought I would show you some of the things that I'm enjoying and some of the things that I'm not keen on. So I've got on my primer, which is the Bella Pierre primer, and I'm wearing the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation today, which I quite like. It's a fuller coverage than the Primark one I usually wear, but as it's getting into winter and it's colder, I feel like this one is a better option for me at the moment. So that's what I've got on so far. So I wanted to show you the couple of blushes. Well, I got a blush with the Revolution calendar, which is this one, Revolution, I think it's called Pink Lady, and it's a shimmery blusher. But I've been using this as a highlighter after the blusher. So I'm going to put the blusher on that I would normally wear, because as a blusher, I think that is a bit pale for me. So I am using the Stila Lip and Cheek Tint, which I've been using for quite a while, and I really like this blush. So it's a creamy blush, and I just put some on the apple of my cheeks and up to my hairline. And it's just a really nice blush. I quite like a cream blush now that my skin is a little bit older and drier. I just feel like a cream blush works better. So I'm using that cream blush, and then I'm putting a little bit of this on the kind of upper part of my cheek, just to give it a soft highlight. You can kind of see it there. I have got some little fat paddy bits that I get on my cheeks here. They're not always there, but I find that if I put the highlighter on those bits, it kind of accentuates it. So I try not to do that. So just a little bit of that just along the top, just to give that a little bit of shimmer. But I'm going to show you what I'm using this for, and I'm using this as an eyeshadow. So I'll just get my brush. This is a really, really nice shimmer for your mobile lid. So you can see it's quite pink when you put it on. I've got another mirror here because I don't want to use the camera mirror. I'm just putting that over my eyelid. Can you see that? That's really, really pretty. It's such a nice shimmery pink that I just feel it makes your eye kind of pop. It gives it a nice sparkle. I really do like a shimmery eyeshadow. I know people say, oh, when you get older you shouldn't wear sparkly eyeshadow, but I say, wear what you want to wear. Don't listen to what other people say. If you like it, then you wear it. So I'm wearing it. So that is the pink shimmer blusher on my eyelid, and I just think that is so pretty. So I'm happy with that as an eyeshadow. I did get another highlighter, which is a gold one that I haven't used yet, so I'll get back to that when I've used it. And this was the blusher that I got, which is okay. I have used it. It's okay. It's not as pink as that on your cheek, but this is a powder and I do prefer the cream, so I probably won't reach for that as often. It's still nice, but I prefer the cream at the moment. So I'm just going to finish putting my eyeshadow on. So I'm just using this e.l.f. foreshadow palette. You can see I've used this quite a lot. I'm nearly at the bottom. Now I would normally I'm just putting some of this beige colour on. I meant to put that on before I put the pink on, but I didn't, so I'm going to put it on now. And this is the makeup brush that I got with the calendar. It is a nice soft, it's more like a blending brush, I would say, but it's got a nice fluffy texture to it. And I just put that above my mobile lid, so I take it up, just not right to the top of my eyebrow, but just under there, because I do have quite hooded eyes. The skin kind of falls down and it is getting worse as I'm getting older. A facelift would be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, I wouldn't go there. So I just put the darker shadow on the corner so it's not as prominent. I mean, I can still see it and possibly other people can't, but it makes it less prominent than it would be if I didn't have. When I don't wear eyeshadow, I feel like that part is really noticeable. But yeah, it's just getting older, isn't it? It's just what happens. And I think it's not worth worrying over. So that just goes there. So when I do put the darker colour on the corner of my eye, it kind of blends nicely into that beige shadow. So I do use a different brush to do the corner with. I need to wash these makeup brushes. Here it is. It's time they were washed. So I don't want anything dark on. So I also got this eyeshadow palette that came with the calendar. It doesn't have a matte colour in that I like to use above the crease. This one I could use, but that's a little bit lighter than I want today. I have used a couple of these and they're okay. They're okay. This pink one isn't as bright as what it looks in the palette. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of this dark brown in the corner of my eye. Again, the dark in the corner, on the outer corner, and in the crease of my eyelid is just to try and hide that hooded bit. It just, you put something dark on it and it will recede. You put something light on it and it's going to be more prominent. So they say I'm not a beauty expert. I've kind of learned how to work with the type of eye that I've got. My eyes, my pupils look dark blue in the camera, but they're actually more of a grey blue, a lighter grey blue. So the colours and everything I use hopefully work well with that. You can see I haven't got quite enough of the dark, so you can still see most of the hooded bit. So I'll just put a little bit more up there, just to take that back a bit. And then on the other eye, I always like to put eyeshadow on, even if I'm just in the house. It's just nice. It makes you feel better, especially if I'm doing a video and I'm looking in the camera. If I haven't got makeup on, I thought, oh dear God. But if I put some makeup on, I think, well, at least I don't look too bad today. Right, so I've got that on, and then I'll just blend that in. Again, with the Revolution brush, just blend it all in. So I kind of blend the dark into the pink in the middle of my eye. And just blend that all out. Just give it a little buff, so there's no like edges or anything where you can see it. So I'm quite happy with that, and I'm quite happy with the highlighter that I've got on my eyes. I also got two eyeliners. Where's the other one? I got a black eyeliner and I got a brown eyeliner. I don't like the brown eyeliner. I prefer a creamy kind of crayon-y pencil to the actual pencil. And this one, I did show it on camera when I opened the calendar, it's not creamy, it's quite rough. It literally feels like a pencil and it doesn't show up on my eyelid. So I probably won't be using that one. That might actually work on my eyebrows. I'm not sure, I haven't tried it. The black one, it's okay, but it's not as good as the one I've been using, the contour one. So I probably won't reach for that either. So either of the eyeliners, don't really think much of those. This is the contour one by Bourjois that I really like. It has a nice kind of crayon-y nib to it, pencil end, whatever you want to call it, that glides on your eye rather than drag that those two eyeliners do. So I'm going to put this one on, and I'm just going to use my Electric Lash Blue Mascara that I got from Primark, which I'm still enjoying. So that is my eyeliner and mascara on. The eyeliner I just put on the upper lid. Sometimes I put it on the lower lid, but today I'm not going to bother, and just me a couple of coats of the mascara. I thought I would try out this translucent baking powder. It's not something I've ever used before. So I'm just going to tip a little bit into the lid. So that's what it looks like. It's just a translucent powder. I think I'm going to use this little powder puff that came in the calendar with it to see what we think. Now I'm not sure, I don't know if you're supposed to put this on under your blusher, above your blusher, over your blusher, but let's have a look. I don't wear concealer or anything under my eyes because I feel like it just settles into the line, so I don't normally put any on. And I don't normally wear a powder either because I prefer a setting spray, which I am also going to put on the top of my makeup. So it is translucent, you can't see it. But obviously it's taken the highlighter off my cheeks, has it? Can you still see it? Maybe. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I should have put it on under my blusher. If you use baking powder, let me know. Do you put it on over your foundation, then put your blusher on the top? What do you do? Because I'm not used to wearing it. We're not sure about that. The jury's still out. But I also wanted to show you, I got 2 lip liners. A pink one and a darker one, and I got 2 lip glosses that obviously go with the lip liners. So I have been using the lighter one and I really like them. So that is the lip liner, the nice pinky one, and this glides on really smoothly. It's a nice creamy liner. Because you can get some lip pencils that feel like they drag your skin, but this one doesn't. And I'm just going to fill in my lips with some of the liner. So it gives it a little bit of colour. The lip gloss does have a colour in it, but it's quite subtle. And this is also a nice lip gloss. It's got a nice doe foot applicator, and it's nice and creamy when it goes on. It's not too sticky. And it just gives me lips a nice nude looking sheen. I really like that one. I haven't used the other one yet, but I'm guessing it'll go really well with the other lip liner. So the lip liners and the lip gloss, definite winners. Really like those. Oh, just dropped it. I have used the Pout Bomb that I got. Really like that. That is a little bit more glittery. So, you know, if you were going out somewhere, that would be really nice. This is a blush for your cheeks. I have used this. You only need a tiny bit of this because it is very pigmented. It is a doe foot applicator, but it is very pigmented. So I only put a tiny dot on each cheek and kind of blended it up with my fingers. It's quite a nice colour, but you do not need a lot of it. And this one is a highlight, which I also haven't used yet. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. Haven't used the brow gel. And I don't really feel the need for a brow gel. I wonder what this would be like, this eyeliner on my eyebrows. Is it gonna do anything? I'm in need of my eyebrows plucked or something, waxed. And that's not too bad on my eyebrows. I don't use a lot of eyebrow pencil, but it does feel like this one has got some more grey sparse bits in it. So I just kind of try to even them out. That's worked okay on my eyebrows, so I will probably continue to use it on that. I have used this lipstick, and this is quite nice as well. It's quite a nice subtle colour. I like that one. So all in all, Somebody actually did say in my comments when I opened the calendar, when I said I don't think I'm going to use these face and body gems, somebody said I could use them in my crafts, which is a good idea. Somebody actually said I could use them for a vajazzle. I can't remember who said that, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And if I do, I ain't going to be showing it on camera. So that tickled us. I chuckled when I read that post. So thank you for that. So that is the update on the Revolution makeup in the calendar. All in all, I'm quite impressed with it. It is quite nice makeup. I have used Revolution makeup in the past and it is nice. So yeah, thumbs up for the Revolution makeup calendar that was last year's and not this year's. I will put a link to it at the end if you haven't seen it. The other thing I wanted to chat about before I actually put something on, I've just got this lounge top on. I was offered a health assessment by a company called Bluecrest Wellness. They haven't paid us for this video, but I was gifted it. And I thought I would take it because I thought it was a good idea. It's not always possible to get some tests done quite quickly if you go through your GPs. So I thought having access to something like Bluecrest Wellness was a good idea. So I decided to take them up on that offer. And I got the complete one, and it's a half-hour health assessment. And they take place at local hotels. So I had a choice of 2 hotels in my area. I think one was the Hilton. One was the Hilton because that's where I went, and the other one was a Holiday Inn, but the Hilton was easier for me to get to. Never actually been into the Hilton Gateshead, and the reception area is beautiful. So the health assessment takes part in one of the large meeting rooms that they've got there. And it is a health professional. She's not a doctor. I think she's a kind of a nurse type of person. She was called Louise. She was absolutely lovely. They tell you to get there 10 minutes beforehand. You have to have filled a questionnaire in about your various health issues that you might have. And they give you a blood test, which takes tests for, I think it was 17 different blood tests, which I will put on the screen if it wasn't 17. You also get your blood pressure taken. You get a PAD, a PAD test, which is to test for peripheral artery disease. So that involved putting a blood pressure cuff on my arm and on my ankle at the same time. You lie on the bed they have in there, just like a massage table, and they put the cuff on the ankle and the arm, and they do that. She did it 3 times just to get the correct results or the correct measurements. It does go quite tight, so it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. So they do that. And she did an ECG where they put the little sticky things on various areas of your body, and they do a trace of your heart to see how your heart's doing. So they do that. They weighed us, they measured us, like height measured us. They tell you your body mass, your BMI, that kind of thing. And then you wait. She says it'll take 8 to 10 days for the results, and they'll send you them. You get a text to say when your results are ready, and you can see them online. And I think they also send you them in the post. They point out anything. There's a traffic light system, so blood tests that are normal get a green, blood tests that are kind of on the upper level of normal get an amber, and then you get red if they are abnormal. So anything that's abnormal, they will tell you to either go speak to your doctor immediately, or, speak to him on the next appointment. I will let you know what my results were on a future video because I don't quite have them yet. But I found it quite not enjoyable, but you know what I mean? It was a smooth procedure. I turned up at the hotel. I waited maybe 5 minutes, went in. There was Louise and there was a guy there as well. I think there was 3 of them working that day. So one, I think he was called Joe, kind of sat in the background. She did say, is it okay if Joe sits there? I said, yeah, that's fine. But Louise was lovely. She explained everything to us that she was doing. She kept saying, do you have any questions? She asked us again about my medical background. So I said that I was type 2 diabetic. They do test your HbA1c so you can see what your blood sugars are. If you're not diabetic, it could flag that up. But yeah, she was lovely. She very helpful, very knowledgeable about all of the tests she was doing. And yeah, just an interesting thing. So if you are interested in having a health assessment for yourself, like I say, there's 3 different levels. I'll put the link in the description box below. There is a discount code as well, which I will also put on the screen here and in the description box below in case you want to go across and book one for yourself. You'll be able to see everything that's in each test and where is available for you to have that done. So I'll keep you up to date with what the results of those tests were. Hopefully they're all good. I just wanted to show you the beauty boxes I've gotten recently. I have ordered from OK Beauty Box before and I really liked the products that came with it. You can get a monthly subscription, but I didn't do that. I just dip in and out of them occasionally to get the odd boxes. So I got another monthly box, which I think I seem to get another a first box discount, where I'm not sure why, because I used the same email address, but so I got the first box for $8.99, which is usually $15.99, so I was quite happy with that. And I also got the mystery box as well, and you get 5 products in each box and also got a free gift. So I just thought I would show you what was in them. So this is how it comes. It's got a little card in that tells you what's in the box, and then it has the products just on the top. So I'll just show you what came in it. So it has got some Symbiosis London, 2 Iron Cheek Skin Tight Recovery Pads, collagen and hyaluronic acid. I have used kind of eye pads before, but not these ones. They never seem to do really very much, to be quite honest, but I've heard of the brand, so we will give them a go. I'll let you know what I think of these products in a future box. I have enjoyed the products that I got in the last box I got, so that's a good thing. I've got a Nip and Fab Exfoliate Glycolic Fix Scrub Extreme 6%. Extreme, what does it mean by extreme? Does that mean it's very scrubby? Let's have a look. So it's just a tube. I'm just squeezing some out of the tube, which doesn't seem to be happening. Does it have that? It's because it has a silver cap on. Let's have a look. Just take that bit off. And let's have a look what it feels like. I do use an exfoliator. I'm assuming this is for your face. The writing on the back again is tiny and I can't even see it with my specs on. But I'm assuming this is for your face. Let's have a look. So it's just a white cream. Let's see if I can definitely feel the scrubby bits in there. It does feel nice, not too abrasive. And I do like to use a facial scrub every now and again. I think it makes your face feel really, really clean. So yeah, I'm happy to give that a go. Yeah. These are full-size products as well, I would say. The next one is Eve Lom. Have heard of this but never used it. And it says Kiss Mix. And I think this is a, if I'm right, it does tell you on the sheet what it's for. This Luxe Lip Balm is a cult classic beauty product and for good reason. It's deeply hydrating, very good for cold weather, yet gives a slight plumping effect thanks to menthol in the formula. Interesting. You can use daily as a moisturising lip primer or on its own or over lipstick for a protective shine. So let's just take the cover off and see what it looks like inside. I see people do these things with huge nails, like long fake nails, and I'm just thinking, how do you do anything with those nails on? Because if my nails get a little bit too long, they just get on my nerves and I have to cut them. So how they do it with long nails, I do not know. Right, let's have a look. I'm not sure if this is a full size or not, but I guess if it's lip balm, you're not going to need tons of it. Eve Lom, so it's like a hard lip balm. It doesn't smell heavily of menthol. I have got lipstick on. A lip gloss. Yeah, that's quite hard. I might have to try it without lipstick on and see what that's like. So I'll keep you informed about that. The next product is in a little plastic bag. I'm assuming that's just in case it leaked. And this is a Balance Me Rose Otto Face Oil. I do like I can feel that menthol on my lips now. I only put a tiny bit on and I can feel my lips kind of tingly. Well, that's quite weird. It's quite nice, but quite weird. This is 100% natural. It's 10 mils. I have been using a rose oil, but I think it was a Lacura one. And the smell in the Lacura one is a little bit chemical. But I do like the oil. So let's see, it's in a little pipette. That smells very similar actually. So I'll be interested to see what that's like. So I'll keep you informed on that one. And the last one in this box is Wild Science Control Switch Repair Serum. Niacinamide, mothbean and AHA. Root and fruit. Mothbean? No idea what mothbean is. So yeah, I do like a serum. Shake well in the evening. Apply 2 to 3 drops on cleansed face and neck. Pat gently until absorbed. Follow with your favourite night cream to seal in moisture. I do like a serum, so I'll be looking forward to using that one. So that was the monthly box. I think that may have been the October box, because I don't think the November box is out yet. So yeah, I think that was the October box. So this one is the mystery box. So I had no idea what was in that. I did kind of know what was in that one because they do give you a preview. So again, you get the little card that tells you what's on it, and 5 items plus the free gift. The free gift was this one, and it is Mud Masky Midnight Hand Mask. Not something I've ever had. It says nourishing, firming, hydrating, revitalising, anti-aging. My hands aren't a little bit wrinkly around the knuckles, but they're not that bad. Let's just see what this smells like. This would actually work well with the hand massager I got recently from Bob and Brad. So yeah, thinking about hands in this winter weather. Let's just have a look. It is a mud mask, so I'm assuming you put it on and you leave it on. It is white. Smooth it onto my hand there. That feels quite nice and creamy on my hand. It's just like a hand cream, I think. Put it on and leave it on, which you would do anyway. Let's have a look what it says. Do I have a card that talks about it? I don't appear to. No, I don't have a card that talks about that. So I'm going to have to research into that a little bit more, because again, I can't see what it says on the back, but I'll let you know. It also comes with a comb, an FUL comb, wide tooth comb. Not entirely useful for my hair. Maybe I would use it after a shower, but I might give that to Nicola so she can use it, or Harriet can use it, because they do have kind of thick curly hair. Even though Nicola straightens hers, I think I might give that to her. So next we have another Symbiosis London product, and this is an enlightening and exfoliating cleansing gel. So we've got another exfoliator, but this one also cleanses, and it says white peony and peel moist. So yeah, we will use that like an exfoliant, as I've just said. We have another oil product, And this says Balance Me, so it's the same as the one I got in the other box, which is a facial oil. This one is a super firming body oil, which is nice. I'm not sure if that bottle is enough to keep my body going for a while, but you never know. Let's see what that smells like. That actually has less smell in it than the facial one. Let's just see what it says. It says firms, smooths and tones the body, cleanses the body of toxins and balances oily skin. It doesn't actually say what the scent is. It probably tells you on the back, which I can't read. After bathing, warm the oil between palms and massage firmly into skin until absorbed, concentrating on dry patches or stretch marks. Well, I have plenty of those, so I look forward to using that. So far, I've got some nice products here that I will definitely use. And the last two things I think are a pair. Yeah, they are. This is Wild Science again. So we had something else that was Wild Science before. I can't remember what that was now. But this is Refreshing Shampoo and Refreshing Conditioner. Never heard of them. Sunlight Shine, it says, and Sunset Shine for the conditioner for some reason. Leaf and Seed Body Care Collection. Rosewater and sea salt for the shampoo, and shea butter and coconut oil for the conditioner. They sound really good, actually. I'll use these definitely on the next time I wash my hair, and I will let you know what I think. So the mystery box, I think, was £15 or £12, and the monthly box I only paid $8.99 for, and I got the free hand mask as a free gift. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. If you've gotten an OK Beauty box before, let me know what you think in the comments below. I thought I'd also just have a chat about what I've been watching on the TV recently. What I haven't been watching this year, and what I've been watching for about the last 10 years, I have not watched Strictly Come Dancing this year. I couldn't watch it. It was like, you know how when they go, if you watch it, you'll know what I mean. When they go up into the bit where they speak to Claudia and they're all happy and they're kissing each other and will love each other and this is the best partner I've had in the whole world, and they're all happy and smiling, over the top energetic about it. And then when all the things came out about some of the professional dancers, the way they'd been treating the celebrities, whether I believed it or not is irrelevant. I just felt like all of the stuff when they go and see Claudia is completely fake. I just thought nobody can be that excited about something. It was just over the top happiness and over the top excitement, and coming on the back of all of the stuff that's been coming out about Strictly. I just thought, nah, I cannot watch it this year. I can't take in all the fakeness, and some of the people that they had on this year. I just thought, nah, I cannot watch them. I won't tell you who it was, but no, I cannot watch them. So I haven't watched Strictly this year, which is a shame because I have really enjoyed it in the past, and I would still like to learn how to do a waltz. I keep saying to Warren, we need to learn how to do a waltz. Maybe. I'd really like to be able to waltz to Ed Sheeran's Perfect. I think that would just be awesome. Not sure where I would waltz to it, but you know, you never know. So I'll keep you posted if we ever do that. The other thing I have been watching, and I was really, really looking forward to this, is Project Runway, the new season. I love Project Runway. I watched the first 10 seasons. I think it was on Prime when I watched them. And they were from about 15 years ago maybe, and then I watched the newer ones, which I think were on Now TV. I watched, there was about 4 series on there, and I love it. I just love it. You know, people designing clothing, if you didn't know, it's like a reality show competition for people who are fashion designers. I'm not really into fashion myself. I just wear what I want. But I am fascinated by people who can design clothes, just fascinated. So I've always loved it. But the franchise, or whatever it is, was sold to Disney on Hulu. But we didn't have Hulu on Disney Channel in the UK. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to watch it. And then about 3 weeks ago, Hulu showed up on my Disney Channel. So I'm like, yes, I can watch Project Runway. But the first 10 seasons, and I think maybe I haven't seen seasons 11 to maybe 18. I don't know why, they just haven't showed them. But Heidi Klum was the presenter. And then she left and somebody else took over. I can't remember her name. But when they brought it back to Disney, Heidi Klum came back on it. And I think there was about 10 episodes. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the same. They had done it slightly differently. I just don't know if the programme is wearing well or whether the presenters on it, the judges on it, I don't know. There was something about it that just wasn't the same, although I did still enjoy it. So if you liked Project Runway, it is now on Hulu on the Disney Channel, so you can go and watch it there. I've mainly been watching YouTube, I think. And I have been, what I've been enjoying recently, you've probably watched her channel, and Jane, she's called, and she's got a channel called Just Janie, and it's mainly what she cooks for her tea. She shows you every night what she's done for her dinner, and she's a bit like me. She's not the most brilliant cook, but she shows you what she's had for her tea, and she chats along with it, so you kind of get all the chattiness with, when she's dishing up the food, and I've really enjoyed those videos. But she started another channel called Happy Life 50 Holidays, I think the idea is. I put it on the screen here, and I will put it in the description box below in case you want to go over and subscribe and watch her videos. But she started putting out videos on there which are just kind of her sitting, doing her skincare, putting some makeup on and just chatting. And they're only maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm really enjoying them. I just love to sit and watch Jane chat about just her life. She's a lovely lady. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers over there. So if you like that sort of thing, it's a little bit like me sitting talking to you here. I'm really enjoying it. I've been binge watching videos on her channel that I hadn't seen. So I've watched about 10 videos in a row. So thanks for that, Jane, if you're watching. Really enjoy it. So I will put the link to her channel down below. As you know, I have been doing recently, I've been watching still the videos from people who go hiking. And one I've been watching quite often is a German girl called Ellie Hikes, who hikes with her adopted dog Otto, who she found as a stray dog. And she hikes all over the UK, and I think she's done some other places with her. I've got lots of her videos to binge watch. So I have been watching YouTube more than anything else. If you know any new YouTubers that you think I might like, let me know in the comments below, because it's always good to find new channels. And the other thing I'm really, really, really looking forward to is the final season of Stranger Things, which hits Netflix on the 27th of November. I love Stranger Things. It's sci-fi. So if you're not into sci-fi and monsters and all that kind of thing, then probably not your thing. It's set in the late 80s, possibly early 90s now, but I love it and I can't wait for it. It's kind of, think of Enid Blyton, Famous Five fights modern sci-fi monsters, because that's kind of the vibe. But yeah, I really love that, so can't wait. So I'll catch up with you later. It's now Friday, and I didn't video anything at all yesterday because we had a duvet day. Me and Warren just sat in the house and we did practically nothing at all. Just one of those cozy days where it's snowing outside, it looks really dark and miserable, and we just snuggled up on the settee and we watched some of the new series of Mormon Wives on Disney, which is quite addictive. And we just didn't really do anything, so I didn't film anything. So I just thought I would give you a quick catch up on some of the products that I got from that OK Beauty box, because I did use them this morning. And one of them was the Nip and Fab Exfoliate stuff. It says Glycolic Scrub Extreme. This is very scrubby. It is quite abrasive, I'm not sure is the right word. But even though it is, when I was using it, I'm thinking, oh, this is quite rough on my skin, but I wasn't rubbing really hard. But I've got no makeup on today, and my skin feels really, really soft. So yeah, I really like that. That is a good product. The other two things I used in the shower this morning are the shampoo and the conditioner. And these are the Wild Science Sunlit Shine for the shampoo and Sunset Shine. These smell very lemony. And the exfoliate scrub smelt a little bit citrusy as well. I'm not sure what's in it because I can't read the tube. But these, I feel like it has done my hair a lot of good. My hair looks really shiny, and it actually feels a lot thicker than normal. I've got very fine hair, and I'm very impressed with that shampoo and conditioner. I don't know how much these are to buy ordinarily. I don't know if they're trial sizes, but I'm going to have a look for those because I really do like them and they smell lovely. The next thing I used was the Wild Science Repair Serum. This is a very runny liquid. It's almost like water. It's that liquidy. I have put on my face, obviously, that's what it's for. And like I said, my skin does feel soft, but I don't know if that's from the scrub, because it felt soft before I put this on. So I don't know what that's doing. I may need to use this a few more times before I notice any difference with it. But I wasn't keen on the texture of it. For me, it was a little bit liquidy, but yeah, we'll continue with that and we'll see what it does. And the other thing I used was the Balance Me, the body oil. It says super firming body oil. Now I wasn't that over keen on this. I kind of, it's got a little pipette and I kind of dropped some on my arms. I think it does say warm it in your hands, which I tried, but I also dropped some on my arms as well. They don't feel particularly any softer than my normal body lotion. So yeah, I'll use it again, but probably not one of my favourite products. But all in all, I'm happy with the stuff that I got in the box. And I have used the lip plumping mask gloss thing again, which is like a peppermint and it makes your lips tingle. They don't tingle for very long, but it's quite nice on your lips. So we've also been to the Metro Centre today, me and Warren, gone Christmas shopping. I've got quite a bit. We got quite a bit of stuff. I'd got some bits in before and I've got quite a bit more this morning. We seem to just hit on the right shops and they had the right things in. I won't tell you what I've got and I won't show you it because I know my family does watch my videos, so I won't share that. Harriet actually watched the one recently where I opened the art advent calendar, and when she came to my house the other day with Nicola and we weren't in, and just the art calendar is on the table, and Harriet went, "Oh, is that Grandma's art calendar?" And Nicola's like, "How do you know that?" And she says, "Oh, I saw it on YouTube." So yeah, they do watch me videos, so I won't share what I bought, but I feel like I've got some good stuff. I think sometimes you wander round and round the shops and you think, oh, I've got a clue what to get. I don't like buying things online because you don't know what they're going to be like and then you might have to send them back. So I do prefer to get them in the shops. So it is Friday, so I think I'm going to finish the video there because I want to get this, if I can, edited and uploaded by tonight for you to watch. So I'm going to try and do that. We're probably not going to be doing much for the rest of the day. Warren's on about getting an Indian takeaway, but I'm not a big Indian food fan. It would be a korma if I got anything. So I don't know what I'm going to have, but probably not that. And we do have the grandkids tomorrow night, so that should be fun. I'm going to do a few of the projects, the little crafty projects out of that art calendar with Harriet when she's here. If Ashton wants to do any, he can, but he probably won't. So I'm going to finish the video there. It was very kind of beauty product, health oriented. So I hope you found it interesting. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.